What's up, Chucklefucks? Welcome back to Wrench's Wreckfest, a series where you submit your from-to-depths designs to me for review, and I either praise them for them being a fantastic design with little feedback, or shit all over them for them being a terrible design with maybe a side of constructive criticism. You all are about to make me decrease the blueprint limit to 1. Because this is like the third or fourth week in a row we've had like 25 plus blueprints, because now we have let's take a look here. 31. It's gonna happen before this ends. Alright, well, starting to show off with all the people that have submitted one singular design. We are going to kick it off with the Jabari, which is by night. Let's take a look at this. What is this? Well, that's the closest the colors is going to get to this thing, so anyway. Okay, so this is just like a resource barge? Oh, yeah! Yeah, it's like a resource barge with the detachable like containers and stuff like that. Hell yeah, okay, that's kind of neat. Love the offset nature of all of it. What is this? It's just supposed to be a little... It's a little sub... Bro. Having it patched up with wood boards is not going to hold water. Jesus Christ. The Holy Obelisk or whatever the fuck. I don't... This shit. Okay, so the sub there kind of looks cool. I like the missile decos that you got here. Just the various like supplies laying around here. Oh, the bigger diff guns here. The shells. I would have made the shell texture like alloy. Or just something different than the default metal texture around here. Just to kind of make it look a little bit different. We got more shells, different materials. Shells are lining this place like all over. So, what's the front of this thing? Okay, that's the front. Okay, so these are like the little... Oh yeah, these are like the little tugboats actually towing this thing. Okay. You got a custom little AA. Yeah, the texture on this one is iffy at best, especially compared to this. I would have textured this mantlet here to like a pleek, and I'm not sure if I would have done the fire control computer as the texture for that. I would have tried to find one of the other AI textures. I also would have made the supports maybe more like a frame instead of like a solid metal beam, if that makes sense. Maybe like a bigger hinge pin for that, and then also I think maybe like an exposed like mag off here to the side, feeding into like the base of this for an ammo, for like ammo storage for it. I think would look kind of cool. Got random little wood boards, lowering down the ammo. Ooh, what's down here? Ah, people worshipping your weird obelisk thing. Okay. It's down here, not much. Anything here? No. What about up here? Oh, that's kind of neat. Not sure what that is, but alright. Why the fuck does it look like a Sims character, like, symbol? Well, either way, overall design of it is pretty cool. I don't know if there's many other details you can add to it. I would have to actually look at what a barge looks like. Oh, is that like dented in? Oh, it is dented in. Like something rammed into that there. Okay, nice little detail on that. Oh, and you got a framework to help keep it in place. I would have maybe made these supports for this upper section maybe like a little bit like a solid bar or solid beam holding it up, and then maybe some of these trusses kind of like coming at an angle holding it up, because it does look a little bit flimsy. A little bit too flimsy. Some different like cross supports. Nothing like too major, because obviously you have a gun here, but like smaller cross supports coming across and all the way this way, I think would look good to make this, because this platform just looks like it's way too flimsy. Next is the CID Vengeance. This is by Rain. Let's take a look at this little guy. Okay. Main thing I'm gonna say is, personally, I do not care for the red up here on the deck. I don't think the red looks very good there. Looks fine down here. but it doesn't look too good up here. I feel like the overall superstructure needs to be taller in total. Like, I like the design. The overall design of this, and then the smokestack coming off the back of it. Although I would have maybe made it not, like, taper in, and instead put, like, a large turbine texture here in the middle. But honestly, I think it just needs to be upsized. Like, I feel like there needs to be, like, one floor taller on this section of the superstructure. Raise this up, raise this mast up more, and you could probably keep the smokestack about the same. And then I would try and maybe add some other little, like, arms coming off of this for rigging to come down, just to kind of fill out that area a little bit more. Maybe a few little portholes up here in this section here. I would also maybe lower these rudders down a bit farther and color them to be red. Shaping looks good. Like that you arc the railings around there. I'm noticing a severe lack of other details up here. There's no anchors whatsoever. I'm going to check here in the back just to make sure. No, there are none. I do like how you curved the back, though. That is very good. But I think you need some kind of an anchor, exposed anchor chains up here, and other little, like, material containers and stuff like that scattered about the deck. Now, let's take a look at the turret. Turret cap feels a little too boxy. I think this rear section's okay, and what you've done with the detection ears here looks good. But I will say, like, this front section, like, it just feels like it's too boxy. I feel like instead it should at least be like a 2-meter slope here, and then you could just use like that transition there, like so. I think it should be at least a 2-meter there. Let's see. I'm assuming this is a railgun. Okay. Let's see here. This is a 150 with enough recoil absorption and enough rail capacity, firing 28.1 RPM. This is a full railgun. Goddamn. I'd say if you're gonna have this here, like, this turret base in total needs to be bigger. Honestly, I think this texture right now, this texture right here, would work perfectly as the actual base for the turret here. I think that would look really good. I also feel like having some cooling vents about right here. Some cooling vents about right here would be pretty cool. And then maybe make like a bigger flange or something for this, for the rail charger pipe to go into. So just basically just like a little steam pipe or whatever right there. That's a lot of fucking torpedoes, dude. The texture endings look good, but my only problem is that you've got the section sticking out in the back here, and oh, are these stationary? Oh, they are. Holy shit. Okay. I would work on this little joint here a little bit, and I would also stagger fire the torpedo slightly. I do like the little netting that you did here. I wonder what. Oh. That looks good, but goddamn, is that deco invincible? Holy shit. Next is the BB-3 Bellerophon. This is by FOB. Let us take a look. Ooh, okay. Okay. Kind of like an interwar type ship. Okay, let's take a look at that hull. Hull looks good. Nice shaping on this. Looks nice and smooth. Very good. Kind of weird that you have like the different sloping here. But I suppose it's acceptable since you're using these props around here. The slope transitions here is a bit jank, but I also understand sometimes it's a pain in the ass. Good man. You also got the little supports for the propellers. Looks good. Although, are these up props? They're up props. That's a shame. That is a shame. Alright, let's take a look at these guys. Kind of looks a bit weird with the barrels being like not centered on these mantlets. See how, you see that? Like I feel like they should be actually like centered here. Oh, and these are cram guns. These barrels look way too small. They look way too small. Like I feel like they need to be like at least double the size to look proportional. But the rest of the turret cap design actually looks good. Looks like it was an absolute and utter pain in the dick to make, so huge respect for that. Where you did all the deco work for those turrets, kind of lacks on your little lifeboats here. They look a little bit too blocky and basic. I would try working on adding some more detail on that. That canvas railing looks great. Spotlights look good. I feel like it's missing something here. I feel like it's supposed to have something. I'm not entirely certain what you're basing this off of, but it just, you compare like the deck and everything over here, it's all filled out, here, and then you have empty space. It kind of draws your attention to where there's just a big barren open space. I would try and fill that with something. Okay, these are all fucking cramps, goddamn. How much is this thing? 500,000? Yeah, overall design-wise, you're pretty close to having this thing pretty nailed down. It's just details here and your lifeboats, and honestly, I don't have anything else I can add. Next is the USS Rihatada BBX. This is by Protonep, but he says that this is an older ship that he's planning on remaking soon. So, okay. Oh. French style. I see. Okay. Actually, I may be able to help you out with this one, maybe just a little bit. Because I have some older French ships that I have that I could probably compare it to. Give me a sec. Alright, so for reference, that's yours. Here's mine. We shall kind of do some comparisons here so I can more kind of visualize, like help you visualize some of the details I think you should add. Primarily up here in the hull, I would have smoothed that out a little bit more. Your portholes here are also really fucking large. I would deco those and make them a lot smaller. I would also deco hide the mantlets, or not mantlets, fucking the heavy armor here. And when it comes to the mantlets, literally all I did was just deco in some, like a block and then another block there. It's not very difficult. And then to create these kind of like blast bags area here, I just use a combination of a bunch of different alloy poles. That's all I did. All I did. Not too bad. Shaping on it is alright. If you're trying to go for more of the French style, I pretty much just used a 2-meter slope here and then decoed on a half-meter, like a half-meter layer up here to help kind of create that long slope up here, if that makes any sense. Now, when it comes to your secondaries, they're a tad bit small on overall actual turret cap size, and them all just being heavy armor is not real good. I would recommend at least trying to add some like a curve here in the back, and then you can have 2 meters of this being flat up here in the front, but just angle it backwards. Just angle it back, kind of like that, and then I would separate the barrels. This is technically like one gun. It's got 2 barrels, and then I just decoed in a little split in between them, and it works pretty well. I would also recommend you can use some of these little AA guns, and then I just created like a custom frame around them just to kind of give it a little bit of extra detail around there. You got the smokestack design there, but also I wouldn't put this on a spin block because it just adds another sub-object to add a bit of lag to the craft. So instead, what I would do is just put like one smoke block, and then you can just up the overall size of it, speed, lifetime, gravity, all that jazz to get it to do more of what you want. For the mast, this style didn't really have too much of an actual mast. I mean, all this up here technically turns, but I've got it to where, like, the central part isn't actually, like, moving side to side, so all the rigging stays in place. You could probably do something similar there. And then create different little bits on the lower part of this upper section coming out for your rigging to go onto, kind of like this. So there's that. And if you're going to add a spinning radar, I would want to deco in my own, and you could probably put it back here instead. Instead of this little missile turret here, I think right here would be a perfect little pedestal for a radar. And then if you're going to add a helipad, I would add like an actual elevated, like 1 block tall circular pad for a helicopter. Yeah, we'll leave it at that for now. Next is the miniature UNSC D-77 dropship by Gamerside. Oh, very miniature. With what looks like basically no decos at all. Are there any decos on this? Oh, 2. Ah, just decoed over that. Okay, I see. The miniature part of this is very difficult to help give you detail wise. Hang on, let me just spawn in another one with your two decos on this. This is going to be painful to try and get right. A lot of it is going to be deco hiding a lot of this stuff, like these missile turrets. I would deco hide the ion thrusters there, deco hide the cockpit. Is kind of hard to be actually used as a cockpit whenever it's fucking metal instead of glass. I would try and deco also the different slopes here to make it look a little bit better. I feel like you could probably get away with, let's see, is that a 4-meter slope? Yes, it is a 4-meter slope. So you could probably get away with doing something like that. Then deco hide these guys. I would have to look at an actual reference of the plane, of the dropship, in order to get it to look right. So we'll do just last slope, 1 meter. And if you really don't want it being too terribly seen through, god damn it, I don't know. Look at that. Fuck off. Okay, little dick. So that is number 28. Oh, that's a fleet car. Either way, you can make it a little bit less transparent. Deco hide that and put like deco in a little door here in the back for people to be able to get out of. Hide the spin block and really hide the ion thrusters. Yeah, it's going to be a lot of deco work to get it to look right, look better, and to not make it look so weird and bulky. Next is the Dardo class large armored cruiser by Eclipse. Let's take a look at this little guy. Oh, it's this kind of style with the gold superstructure. I've always had a weird soft spot for the gold superstructure, like early US stuff. I don't know why. It's always so. It's just so weird. It's just so weird, and I'm not entirely certain why. The main thing that's sticking out to me that looks like it was an absolute underpain in the dick is this rigging here. Ooh, baby. That looks fucking terrible to do. I am curious on how many decos that took. Oh, great heavens. How many decos does this thing have? Holy shit, dude. 136. My god, the amount of decos on this thing. Oh, man. Oh, bro. Bro, are you serious? Where are all those decos attached to, dude? That's all changed. It's all along the side of the ship. No wonder the fucking deco count is so inflated. Oh, my lord. It's all individual chains. Oh, dude. Why? There had to be a simpler way to do this. Oh my god. Anywho, continuing on, hull shaping is beautiful. Love it. Absolutely no complaints on this. I love all the little tiny casemated guns here, like how you got the little doors opening up for them. 152s, you've got just enough recoil absorption, and it fires 4.7 RPM. What about this gun? Ooh, it's an exposed gun. My favorite. Okay. 236, you got enough recoil absorption, firing 3.8 RPM. Lifeboats here look great with all the oars, all the details on the superstructure look great. You got your little door there. God damn, even the ladder is completely custom made. My god, dude. Personally, I would make this door out of alloy just because it blends in a little bit too much. There's blending in and making it look like it fits, but then there's blending in a little bit too much. Because it feels like with it not being able to be seen so easily, it's taking away from having more things that pop on the turret cap. So I think that should be just a different kind of metal material. So alloy, I think that would look great. So what are these? These are 381s. You got just enough recoil absorption. Firing 11.9 RPM. What the hell kind of shell is that? Hollow point head with incendiary bodies and an HE. I don't know how well that works. That's kind of a weird one. I am still feeling like the deck area here is missing something. I'm not quite as familiar with these like really early type ships, but I feel like it's missing other like details and deck different material containers and stuff scattered across the deck around here. I feel like you could have utilized some of the decos they use for all the fucking individual chains here on the side for some decos around here. Next is the Gauss. This is by T-Lad. Oh, it's this style. This is yours. Okay. Cool. Cool. So let's take a look. Love all the bits around here. Looks great. What is this little guy? $4.99. Interesting. You just go for a full-on 500 mil. Oh, you even created like half-ass rifling in here. At least you didn't go super overkill. You just used like the 2-meter muzzle brake, which works pretty good for that actually. Nice thinking on that. I love how you incorporate so many of the default game textures into this, and it looks great. Love it. Alright, what is this? A 225. You do not have nearly enough recoil absorption, and you don't have nearly enough rail capacity. What the fuck? Firing 178 RPM. Looks like you need to do some balancing on that. The fins here in the back look okay. Feel like just having a giant blue square here in the back doesn't look cool. Doesn't look very good. I would have liked to see, like, personally, a bigger, like, tapered down, almost jet exhaust here in the back rather than a giant square cutout to kind of make more of like just a flared exhaust here in the back. But other than that, really, design-wise, I can't say anything else because it looks good. Alright, next is the Project Arc Knight. This is by Fox, and he says that this craft has given him almost burnout on FTD and is on a permanent pause right now. Oh my. Oh, is this a land vehicle? Hold on. Alright, in you go. Oh no, it is not a land vehicle. We're not gonna talk about that. Okay. Good lord, I can kind of see why the details on this fucking thing. Jesus Christ. How many decos is this? Actually, not as many as I anticipated. Very good deco efficiency for the overall design of this thing. It looks great. What is this thing? This is just a particle cannon? That's just a particle cannon that flies. Oh, I remember you submitting those before, so this is a little side craft for that? Is this a gun or is this just a thruster that holds it up in the air? Yes, yes it is. Okay. These guns here, these are 293s with barely, just not enough recoil absorption. And has just enough rail capacity, firing 5.4 RPM. And this thing doesn't cost very much, but oh, you got the little 60 mil auto cannons there. Okay. That kind of look doo-doo stanky, but nah, whatever. Okay. But I am curious, what all weapons does this thing have? Ooh, do you have any custom missile decos? You do! I like the looks of those. I like it, Picasso. Okay. I am curious. You know what? Mr. Marauder. I wish to see you get obliterated. Oh, oh my god. The fucking eye. Goddamn floating eye just blasting that thing. And then you have the little plasma guns from the little tiny guys. Jesus. Okay. Shot off the fucking wheel. Ooh. Owie. Oh, it repairs itself. Okay. Overall, very cool design. I don't have much feedback for it, although it does feel really weird with these being like vertical like that, because they look like they're supposed to be legs that the thing uses. I don't know. Maybe I would have had them at least rotated out a little bit more. I'm not entirely certain. I would have to fiddle with it more. All right, next is the Arquitens class light cruiser, and this is by Hitokiri. Oh my god, 3.1 million, 67,000 blocks! Settle in, boys. This is gonna take a minute.
6.5 hours later.
Okay, yeah, so this was your attempt at recreating a Star Wars ship. I'm vaguely familiar with it. And it's about 50% complete, but goddamn. Very large, very expensive, but Jesus Christ. Okay. Take a look up here. Not too much here. Thrusters in the back look alright. Lots of missiles there. Jesus Christ. Yeah, definitely need to kind of like deco hide more of these thrusters all around. What are these guns? These are 416s with not nearly enough recoil absorption. And you got enough rail capacity. Firing 22.6 RPM. Okay, okay. Some like decent guns. It looks like most of your firepower comes from missiles, though. God damn. Ah, I see. Large missiles there. They have the bigger defensive guns up here. Oh, what are these little guys? Oh, these are particle guns. Or particle... not particle guns. Fucking Christ. Plasma guns. Okay, okay. I'll definitely work on your camera suite that you got up here, because that looks a little bit fucky. Yeah, I'll be curious to see what it looks like whenever it's done, but definitely looks like you'll have to work on some more of the finer deco work around. These turret caps look fine, but I think your main struggle on this is going to have this whole thing be like look textured without going like overkill on decos. To make this all like not look so flat and bland. Next is the Halogen. This is by Elite Leon. Let's take a look at this guy, see how weird it is. Oh, okay, so it's just like a weird, it's just a mobile dry dock kind of esque ship. Or is this a submarine launcher? Does it launch submarines? I may do that. And have the subs come up in the middle. I don't know, but that is... I like the design on this. This is kind of neat. I love the giant crane kind of truss thing that you got around. Oh my god, you even custom made all the beams. What is it? Is that That to me looks like... That looks like... That looks like the crate. Like the crate texture? Maybe? Stretched out? Maybe? No, not quite. What is that? What is that texture? Oh, it's a solid ammo clip. Huh. Well, nice. Nice work on that. Custom level 50 kills there. Got a little tiny bridge. The wheel feels a little bit low down. I feel like I would have deco raised that a little bit more. Let's take a look around. Oh my. I love the like, whoa, rust texture. Just got going, but my god. Big old fucking laser on that thing. You got the helicopter. I feel like you have... I feel like you've submitted this thing before. God damn. Any actual interior? I got ammo customizers there. Just some over there. Not too much of anything else, really. Okay. Smokestacks look good. All that looks good. God damn. Yeah, I don't really know if I have too many other details to add to this, because... God damn. Huh. What are these little guns? These are 88 mils with enough recoil absorption. Firing 464 RPM. Very cool. Very nice. I like that. I like that a lot. Like that a lot. Yeah, I don't know if I can say anything design-wise for this, because... Oh my god, all the flares. I love all the flares. I like this. I like this grip. Picasso. Next is the MAATC 33 Buckshot by iPersons. Let's take a look at this. Oh my god. Double barrel tank. I don't know why, but that fits really well on that chassis. God, and you even got like a little red lens for the cameras. Love the texture on this. Looks great. 50 mil. Really? They're only 50 mils? 50 mils firing 900 and... Wow. Okay. Oh, hold on. Oh, they fire in really quick bursts. That's why you call them... Why you call this the buckshot. Now I understand. Overall hull shaping looks great. Custom wheels look great. Side skirts look great. It does feel like the tank is a little tall. Like I almost feel like the spring length on these wheels needs to be down just a little bit more, like up. I guess it ain't need to be sucked up into the hole. Just a little bit more to make it sit. To have it lower to the ground because it feels really high up. Back here looks good. Sides look good. Oh, you also said to put in an enemy and it will fold up its radar. Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's kind of neat. Although you do have to kind of clip in there a little bit, but minor gripe. Minor gripe. Holy shit, did you AI did that thing already? I think you did. God damn. Mantlets look great. Turret cap looks great. Yeah, I don't know. Well, fuck, I don't really know what to add to this one either, because you've covered all the decos and like areas that I would have done personally, and it looks great. Oh, wait a minute. Oh, you think you could get away from me? Recoil 9,992. The absorption is 4143. Restart the gun. Next is the BOVCE Tractor. This is by Driver. Oh, what the hell? Okay. I think you said this was something that was supposed to be amphibious. Okay. I'm assuming that these are supposed to be like the giant, like kind of canoes that fold down to help actually make the thing float. But here's my main problem with them. They're flat boxes with basically nothing else to them. These hinges don't look very good. I would deco the spin block and make some custom hinges. You might even be able to add like almost like a pulley system. Have like a little beam up here and some pulleys and a cable coming down and a cable coming here to the end to make it look like whenever it's activated, that cable is basically just being pulled and folding up. The buoys on the side would be kind of cool. You know, it's kind of hard for the driver to be able to see where the fuck he's going without any windows. I like the exposed engine. That's pretty neat. Yeah, I'm gonna add a bunch of that. What the fuck is this? Not entirely certain on what the hell is going on there. So if I drive, does that thing stay on? Oh, it does. How the hell does that thing stay there? How the fuck? Very interesting. But regardless, it is towing the trailer properly. I would create some custom wheels. Make a little bit more details to the side of the buoys. Add some actual windows up there. Maybe like a little viewport there. Maybe like a bigger hinge and then some cables and a hook here at the end to create like a crane up there. Maybe some better little like railings and other supports to help hold material containers in. Yeah, kind of stuff like that. And the final singular design submission is gonna be the TG Pearson LMV. This is by Maximo. Oh, it's just a Humvee. I would decrease the transparency of the glass by just a little bit to make it actually look present, because right now it kind of looks like it's just open, like there's nothing there. I also feel like the windshield is supposed to be at a slight angle, not very much, but just a slight angle up. I also wouldn't have made the bumper out of heavy armor. I also would have used your battery texture there as also your grill texture there. The doors, I feel like, should, instead of being recessed inside, they should be a flat metal plane, and then deco the doors on top of that to be flush with the rest of the body. I would add some fender flares here around the wheels. I would deco some custom rims on the wheels. You could probably put a spare tire here on the back. Some kind of a back window, maybe. Yeah. Alright, and moving on to the people that have submitted 2 designs. We have, starting out, Squirrel. Oh god, I hope this isn't too cursed. We have the Hive AR SPT. Hey, it's no longer HIV. At least you changed the fucking, like, prefix or whatever. And the WT Kruger Blitz. Okay. I was just about to say, hey, that looks like a regular ship. And then it took flight. Okay. Oh, hey, you left the annotations. I always forget this here. These lifeboats are certainly a collection of mimics. Yeah. Almost feel like there should be some fucking parachutes. The windows have spars. The door hatch wouldn't work. Oh, yeah, that's fine. That the like bulkhead door doesn't work for everything. It just works for a lot of different superstructures, especially if you're going for more like an early Cold War, World War II, World War I style. Works really well for those. But more modern stuff, and especially something like this, it won't work for. Which is perfectly fine. I spent really long working on these JAGMs. Yes, they are copies of Lockheed's. Okay. The missile's alright. I would have retextured the wings textures. It's fine that you use the actual mesh, but the texture I feel like could change a bit. Same with the head. Yeah, same with the head there. The big thing I'm noticing with this is I would have put some kind of an armored ring around the props here. Just because it looks a little too out in the open. You know what I mean? So I would have done something like this. I would have built at least some kind of like an armored ring around the outside of this. Or if you even really wanted to and you didn't want anything to actually be there, you could just deco a giant, right, grab like the 3-meter jet exhaust or something, I believe. What's here, the exhaust connector, and you could probably deco this thing to be big enough to go all the way on the outside and be perfectly fine. You know, do something like that, extended upwards, and then retexture it if you really wanted to do that and not have anything there. But I think just having some kind of an armored ring around it kind of makes it look like the propellers are at least a little bit guarded. And I think you could keep these little arms that are coming out to support it. I think that's fine. But you also may add... you might make like one of the supports go from here and maybe at like a 30 to 20 degree angle come this way into the hole to support it. The underside here is a little bit flat. I would have at least tried to like flare it out or curve it up to the main deck that you have there. The smokestack I feel like should be a little bit bigger. Not too concerned about the giant yellow tracer blocks. The bridge design looks fine. Gun barrels I would have liked to see actually decorated, and then you also probably could have decoed in some like barrel supports. So, you know, with them being so fucking long, you know, it probably could use like a barrel support like right there, and maybe another barrel support like right there. You know, something that looks like it could be folded over, kind of like how old World War II tank destroyers that have really long fucking barrels had that. We'll leave that at that for now. The superstructure could definitely use some more work, but we'll move on to this little guy, which isn't nearly as cursed. I see you did use that that door design, or the like the that door, but personally I would have rather done something like this and just have more individual windows, kind of like so. So then you could just boop boop to compensate. Boop boop like that. Boop boop like that. Drag it over. Kind of just something a little bit more like that. More individual windows for that. Then I also feel like you definitely could have used some little sunshades there, kind of going over them. You know, obviously deco that to be at an angle, but either way, I feel like you could use some other little shapes on the side of this thing, like kind of maybe like bulging out right here, have like a certain section that's just like that, or even just something like that, and then maybe add some kind of like a little deck here on the side leading up to here, and then you can make like that, like there, then make that there like that. Ooh. And then you could do something like this, that. Yeah, just add some kind of a platform there. If you really wanted to, you could probably even make the platform extend like out to there. But that may be a little bit overkill. Let's see, or you could do something like that. Add that there, like so. That. There, like that. And there, like that. You know, just add something there, and then if you really wanted to, you can also add another little staircase like right here, leading up to said platform, and you still got like a little walkway back here. Then you can also put some kind of like a door like right here in the superstructure. You know, it's just little things like that help elevate the look of that. Now, when it comes to your turret cap, I would have moved the turret, the mantlet back at least one more block, and then deco hit in the AA mantlet and just put like a big old pole there instead. Deco over the barrels. Let's see here. This is a 150. You got enough recoil absorption, firing 30.5 RPM. Mast is okay. I would have liked to see that smokestack maybe like 1 meter bigger here, like coming from here out to here instead of here. Yeah, I think that's about it. Next are the two craft from Aperture Gaming. This is the first time I think you've submitted anything to Wreckfest, so welcome to it, buddy. We've got the Garyon reclassed Lance Cannon Cruiser. And the oh fuck!
12 seconds later.
Sturmovol pattern assault legion ship. Okay, she seems to sit a little bit low in the water there. I guess your hull isn't like super huge, but oh well, no, it kind of stabilized out now. Okay. The main thing I'm seeing with the hull, or like this craft here. The hull itself looks a little bland. The shaping's not bad. The turrets are not bad. But it feels like it's lacking intricate detail and little machinery. Like, it feels too smooth, like, too bland and flat. Like, nothing there. The shaping on it is good. I like it. And I like the little stripe design that you got there, but it feels like it's missing, like, other viewports, cameras, walkways. Doesn't have to be the same, like, you know, walkway style as like a World War II ship, but still, you know, little walkways, maybe other little tiny weapons, or any communication equipment, radar, little things like that, I think would help this greatly. And then also maybe some kind of, like, exhaust or cooling vents or air intake or something. That'd be cool. What? So are these actually particle cannons? Yes, they are. I do like those turrets, but I feel you could probably get away with getting some more particle cannon bits, almost like heat vents, here on these faces of the turret caps, and make them glow. I think that would be kind of cool. Good lord, got a lot of fucking propellers, man. I would try and integrate these two bottom ones a little bit better. Maybe create like a larger, smoother housing for it. Oops. You could probably do something maybe along the lines of just something kind of like this, maybe. And then you could also create somewhat of actually, hang on. I just had my own great idea. So let's take like a jet engine and do that. You know, do something like that for these propellers down here. And then obviously you could create some kind of like a little piece that's connecting these two. But I think something like that would go pretty good. With these bottom two, you could probably even do something similar with these propellers here. Anyway, we are going to move on to this. Now, this one's hull, it's more interesting enough to where you don't need quite as much work on it for detail-wise. The superstructure windows could definitely use some work. I feel like some different supports on them, or instead of it being flat, making them out at least at a 45-degree angle. Coming out here like that, you know, I think would look better. Kind of something more along the lines of that. Obviously, you know, fill in the gaps here. You know, stuff like that. But I feel like that would work better. I think it also still needs some communication equipment, mast or whatever. So what is this? These are little tiny guns, or at least a little placement of gun. I like the placement of this. It's kind of weird, but I like it. It's a 330. You've got a fuck ton of recoil absorption, firing 21.3 RPM. Not bad. I would have used like the cram barrel texture personally to at least create an outline of the APS barrel. I understand you may not want it to actually be completely hollow because it's going into a solid block, but I would still at least create a protruded outline for it. Anytime I see futuristic-esque kind of ships like this, I'm so used to seeing them, you know, with like some big like heating and cooling vents, air intakes, stuff like that. Like I feel like this thing could really use some exhaust vents or something, you know. It's hard to explain why, but I just feel like it would fit really well with this style. So don't need to hide it. Come back in. Up like that. And up like that. Yeah. Just something like that. Here and there. You know, and vary the size of these different things. Somewhere like maybe like that. And then you can maybe move. Downsize a little bit more. Move it down a little bit. Out like that. You know, just little bits like that. You could probably even get away with, if you wanted to go with maybe a little bit more of almost an industrial look, you could probably get away with certain things like put this here, put like that, make it like the applique material, and downsize it just a little bit, kind of like that. Just little tiny details like that, I think would help a lot. And then figuring out something to put here on the deck, maybe like a turret outline, or other air intakes or something like that. This turret cap looks pretty good. I'm gonna suggest the same thing, since it is like a laser, or that's a particle cannon. Create some other like heat sinks and stuff here in the back of the turret. I think would look pretty cool. So here I would create that little outline on this again. These are 50 mils with absolutely butt fucking no recoil absorption. Firing 219 RPM. Next are the two craft from Zarky Cat. We got the Project 5 Dragonfly. And the Project 6 Red Phoenix Clippy or Chippy. Okay. Alright. Oh, that's weird. You got the two propellers at like an angle like that, but I kind of like it. It's different. You've even got a little rendered cockpit. Very cool. Protection suite up there. You got a little gun here. It's a 60 mil with just enough recoil absorption. 239 RPM. Very cool. Like the missile decos. Big air intake. The jet exhaust. I would have personally liked to see the tail here be just a little bit taller. But rest of the design-wise, I actually don't really have much input on this. This is a pretty nice looking helicopter. It's a little bit weird, a little bit wacky, but I like it. Now, where's that other fucking plane? This old guy. I'm Mr. Clippy. I vow to destroy anyone who spin clips. Well, you do have 0 subconstructs on you. What do you have? 4 subconstructs. What are those? Did you spin clip the... Yes it is. Disappointment. Clippy, I am ready for you to murder. Please. Obliterate that thing now with everything you have. I do really like the design of this. It's just blocky and goofy enough to where you could tell it's FTD, but it's not bland enough to be boring. Next are the two craft from Zach. I'm not entirely certain how to fuck. ZAJC. I don't know how to fucking say your goddamn username. Anyway, we've got their Conqueror class light cruiser and the NII or N113 repressor class destroyer. Ooh. Ooh. Okay. Okay. Interesting that you put all three barrels on the same mantlet, but I don't hate it. But I do not like that you use the heavy armor texture. I would have personally liked to see separate, or not separate, but a different texture than heavy armor there. I would have retextured the this guy here to metal to match the rest of it. But other than that, that actually works pretty well for the like little detection, like the rangefinder ears on that. I do like that. So nice thinking on that one. You got like a partial ring around for the AA gun. Looks good. These guns look good. What are these? 152s. You got into free coefficient firing 24.6 RPM. Very good. What about you? 127s. You got into free coefficient firing 84 RPM. Very nice. Okay, okay. Lifeboats are... Oh, you even actually have like a hollow area for that. Okay, very nice, very nice. I would have created a little smokestack like right here for that little engine, and I would have tried to create some custom spotlights there, but that's alright. That's an easy thing to get down. I'm not entirely certain about you making the entire deck out of, like, the applique texture. I like the applique texture, but I don't know if I would have made the entire deck out of it. Personally, I prefer the cedar texture. Oh my god. Did you use individual? Oh my god, brother. Expand this out farther, so you'd have to use less decos on this. Like, expand these fuckers out more, and it, like, as much as you can. That way you can use as little decos as humanly possible to be able to do your deck. Like, goddamn, bro. What is your deco count on this thing? 3,200. Not too bad. Not too bad. Anchor chains feel a little small, not gonna lie. A little small up there. Railings, you got custom railings, those look good. Your mast looks good. Rigging looks good. Rangefinders, yeah, overall detail wise, you have got it pretty well down packed. Guns seem to be pretty balanced, and I like it quite a lot. Let's take a look at this little guy over here. Same 127s that are the secondaries on that one on here. Very cool. I like. So you got those same lifeboats, the AA guns, so we'll hatch down below. Oh, you made the railings actually like fold down for the torpedo launchers. That's kind of cool. Probably ought to deco hide the actual rails here. It kind of looks kind of a little stupid. I also personally would have added some like little supports coming along here. I know this isn't actually on the turret, but some little supports under here once you deco hid the actual rail for this, just to help make it look like the tubes have a little bit of extra like structural rigidity to help keep them up. You could probably do the same thing up here in the front as well. Whole shipping looks good. Props look good. You got the strip of heavy armor down the middle for EMP protection. Good. Not much for an interior. Don't blame you. Yeah, overall, both of these ships look pretty good, and I have very little feedback to give. Next are the two craft from Hampton. We've got the Pursuer class gunboat and the Annihilation class battleship. Two complete opposites there. Literally the smallest of the small and the biggest of the big. we'll start off with the small little guy. Looks like he's got some roll control problems. Let's see here. Let's take a look at your gun. Interesting gun design, but honestly, I kind of like it. I kind of dig it. I like the hexagonal barrel beginning there. Let's see here. It's a 120. You got in the pre-cool absorption firing 31.6 RPM. Bridge windows look good. The little radio, or not radio. I don't know why I keep calling it radio. Radar looks good. Torpedo launcher looks right. I would still deco hide the gantries there. Whole shaping looks okay. It's just a small little guy. I would maybe add like a door like right up there in the front. Other than that, little guy looks good. Now the battleship though, looks like it also has some roll control problems. I would add some roll control instead. Oh wow. Do you not have like enough engine power? Man. Looks like you need more roll control or to position these propellers a little bit farther out to the edge. That way they get a little bit more leverage, because god damn. God damn. Alright, well, let's just start up here at the very front. So you've got 2 anchor chains. Oh, you've got like little sight windows for the chains. That's okay. I suppose that's okay. Personally, I like having the spool and the chains coming across the deck. Purely because it just adds more to the front of the deck and makes it look more detailed. But that's not too bad. You got the random material containers around. It does look a little bit funny that the blast bags and stuff here are really big and are bigger than the mantlet itself when it comes to width. So I would downsize those a bit to fit the mantlet, or I would make the mantlets a little bit wider, and then you could probably just deco move the decos for the mantlet over slightly. That way you can have like a little flat edge of the turret here. I don't know if that makes any sense, but I can visualize it in my head. Let's see here. What are these things? 500 mils with enough recoil absorption firing 7 RPM. Okay. Not too bad. Same torpedo launchers from earlier. Still say get rid of the gantries. I feel like you're missing some railings up here. I would also maybe look into making like a certain like ring, like a different colored ring all the way around the base of the turret on the deck. Kind of gives it a nice little look. I would work on trying to close up the gaps between the different window bits here, because it kind of looks off like that. Superstructure design isn't too bad, but I definitely feel like it could use some more little decks around here, and also just a little bit more shaping to it. Maybe make more like cutouts, like make a cutout right there, and then you could put some kind of like a little deck right there, and then I don't know, put like a staircase there, and something like that, something like that. You know, something there, kind of like that, maybe. I want to make some smoke actually come out of the smokestack there. I would want to have some kind of a rear mast, because it kind of feels off. Like I would have moved this gun a little bit farther back and then put some kind of like a rear mast, like a shorter mast, like right here. Because it kind of feels weird with it just having one singular mast, and then it feels like there's hardly anything back here. The detailing on the deck looks alright. But I definitely feel like the hull could have sloped back farther, and I also felt like the ship probably could have gone away with being a little bit wider, because it is a little narrow for a battleship. And I wouldn't say it's like super long, but either way. Overall design of the turret caps looks pretty good. And yeah, I think that's about all I got. Next are the two craft from Staffel. We've got the CA Damatu WF and the CA Seaberg. Okay, Dazzle. Ooh. Ooh. We're gonna start off with this one. Going back and looking at your post. This ship is what's getting replaced. This is what is replacing that piece of shit. So, you know what? We'll look at what the old one looks like and see what you improved on, okay? First off, there's basically nothing on the fucking deck. The whole smoothing is alright here. Oh, wait. Behold, my old heavy cruiser, absolutely ancient, but did fine in the campaign. She is incredibly expensive for what she is, but any cost was worth it, and throw it against the Scarlet Dawn and the Great Talons into the nearest dumpster with incendiary APS spam during a godly campaign like 6-ish months ago. Has my near future design style that I was sticking with before trying the interwar style and making the Wombars, which is the style I'm probably going to stick with for a while until I feel like moving back to the modern era again. Also, yeah, this thing is grossly inefficient, especially for the cost of it, and especially hate the engine, which would just copy and paste what the Wombars or Seaberg has, since they're generally more efficient and powerful. Goddamn. Turret caps don't look too bad on this, but they look really small in comparison to the overall size of the ship. The superstructure seems really fucking small. Your windows are also alloy and not fucking glass. Your mast is a little bit pitiful. It feels like it needs more bits coming out. Feels like it also needs a rear mast as well. Secondary layout, I feel like some of these should be elevated a little bit more. The superstructures to come out a little bit farther instead of it just being a straight fucking wall all the way to the front. Also, there's absolutely nothing back here. Why the fuck is there a larger secondary right there and not just another one of those primary guns? Yeah, no. I say this is an improvement. So this is 500k. I think it's 800k. Oh my god. Jesus. Okay, yeah, no, this style is much better. Rigging up there looks good. Turret caps look good. I would change, other than the heavy armor there. Don't particularly care for that. I would try and create some custom blast bags for that too. I think that would just add to it a little bit more. I would create some kind of like a ladder here on the side and maybe an access door would look quite nice. Overall superstructure looks pretty solid. Don't have much to add there. Chains up there look good. Torpedo launcher looks great. No complaints here. Secondary looks good as always. What is this? This is a 105 with enough recoil absorption, firing 165. And this is a 205 with enough recoil absorption, firing 58.4 RPM. You know, I've never actually gotten even close to completing a campaign just because I don't like doing the Neater campaign. It annoys me. Plus, I just get bored because it takes so fucking long, and then I just come up against some spamming EMP craft or just a giant heavy armor brick that just nukes you. And it's just really annoying because I don't want to have to run a bunch of the like other weapon and defense systems that pretty much in a game just about makes you fucking use just to be able to play the goddamn campaign. Like, I don't want to have to use lasers. I don't want to have to use shields, rail guns, stuff like that. But anyway, and I'm not going to missile spam because I'm not a fucking loser. Anywho. Rear mass look good. Smokestack looks good. Yeah, you have definitely improved styling-wise. And your firepower seems to be a lot more compact on this one than that one. Next are the two crafts from Void. We've got the Abomination T-82 and the Updog. Oh god. We're gonna look at this first. Kind of a weird wing shaping, but I don't entirely hate it. I almost feel like these little tiny wings up here in the front also kind of could have been like a hook shape, kind of like the rears. Obviously, on a much smaller scale, but still. I would have also liked to see you try and like smooth out the decos here on this fuselage instead of leaving that gap there, personally. And then I also would have rather seen some kind of like crossbar supports coming across this thing, kind of like here. We'll go here, boom. I don't know, something like that. That pitch 45 degrees. You know, just little windows supports here. You know, it's just something kind of like that. Oh god, fucking teeth, Jesus Christ. Oh my god, what the hell is this? Oh. Okay. Interesting. Also, I saw an explosion. You have a gun on top of this thing. Oh, you do. It's an 18 mil with not enough recoil absorption. Firing 362 RPM. Interesting. I would have decoed these rear wings to be metal material to match the rest of the vehicle, personally. Also would have made this 45-degree angle. I would have made that slope back a little bit more to really make the whole fuselage look like it's like gradually sloping into its current shape. Now let's look at Updog. Buddy's got a little bit of a funny face. Oh. Oh dear God, it's a fucking flamethrower. Jesus Christ. Okay. You know what? I would have tried to create at least some kind of like flared bit here for your jet intake and exhaust, instead of it just being a literal fucking cutout for the jet. You know what, Marauder? Oh my god, it actually fucking flaps its little goddamn wings. Oh my god. Jesus. It's literally almost like a fucking dragon, half-ass. Jesus. I would have tried to make like the angles, or like his tail here, at least like a small 45-degree angle on the edges. Shit, you could probably even get away with making it like hexagons. Just use the hexagon texture and it may work. Next two are from Necro. We've got the Gangster and we got the Tyrant. What are these? Oh. Are these like Deepwater Guard builds? I'm going to presume so. They definitely don't encapsulate the Deepwater Guard style too much. They look a little bit too... What's the word for it? They look a little bit too uniform. And the superstructure looks a little bit too sleek. It's a little bit too nice for Deepwater Guard. Let's see here. Torps look alright. The cram barrels being larger than the mantlet itself is kind of off-putting. I would have rather the mantlet to actually be sucked down into the turret a little bit more. I would have also decoed the barrels to be a little bit smaller and also make the mantlets a little bit wider in total, so it looks a little bit better, because that just kind of looks stupid and doesn't work. Feels like it needs other, like, it feels like this detection stuff should be on like a pedestal or something, like right here. The mast feels like it should be taller. Feels like there's a lack of like exterior decks or anything here. Yeah, it's about all I got for that one. A lot of my input's going to be the same on this one. It looks a little bit too sleek. This one, with its superstructure sticking out real far like that, that one fits a little bit more, but it feels like this mast should be taller. It should be there should be more to the superstructure going up there. Feels like the smokestack should be a little bit farther out. Same thing with the matlets on these ones. Like, why is it all just wood? Like, it needs to have an actual cutout for a matlet, not just this wood texture there. Those do not look deep water guard in the slightest bit imaginable. And yeah, that's pretty much a lot of the same input that I had on that one on this one. And the final two designs, we have the Drine 25 Hammer and the Gladiator class Destroyer. So we'll take a look at the little plane. Oh my. Oh man, it's fucking quick. Jesus. Fucking 170, like 175 max. My god, and that's a big fucking bomb too. Jesus. I would think that you would have wanted the, like, the fuselage to at least come here like that, and the exhaust maybe be at a 45-degree angle. Like, instead of it being here like that, we can do something like that, and then move this, and then do it at, like, I don't know, 45-degree, or, you know what, even maybe something like that would look kind of cool. Here, you can make it in a little bit further, like that. You can make it a little wider. Something like that, I think, would have been a little bit cooler, personally. And then firing it up to the jet engines here, I would have personally liked to see. I'm also not a huge fan of cockpits that are just like the exact same angle as the rest of the craft. I feel like there needs to be a big difference. I feel like it needs to instead be at least, you know, something like that, and maybe make it like a half block up here, and then a block there like that, or, you know, something a little bit more along the lines of that shape. Or you can even make it more of like a, almost like a, kind of like a bubble cockpit. I'm a sucker for bubble cockpits, I don't know why. Something more like that, I think, would have been a little bit cooler. Shaping of the wings, at least you retextured them. Oh, it went into the water. That may be because I've been fucking with the aerodynamics, so I won't put that against you. I would have put these tail wings farther back, and maybe like one block farther out, or even maybe at like an angle going out would be kind of cool. Now let's look at your ship. Okay, hull shaping, not bad. It's pretty flat on the sides, but it's alright. I would have personally liked to see the back here kind of maybe come to a curved end, so there's more of a distinguishing factor of which one's the front, which one's the rear. You know what I mean? They're a little bit too similar. You got the big intakes there. Not a fan of the exposed heavy armor there. So here it's a 125 with just enough recoil absorption, firing 128 RPM. Very good. Bridge windows look good. No complaints there. You got nice portholes there. You got the different decks around. I would have put maybe another door right there, but I guess you've got one right there. You know, I'm seeing a lack of a smokestack. I would have rather this mast be like right up against here, be right like right here or right here, and then have some kind of like angled smokestack coming back there. Pure caps are good. How expensive is it? 158. Not too bad. Not too shabby. I still recommend with these, like, as we discussed in the Discord chat, with the reasoning that these walkways are here. Since they did apparently use them in World War II like that, I would just slim them down a little bit more to make them not stick out quite as far. I think it would be okay. if you did that, and you could still incorporate it into your design. And that's about all I've got. Alrighty, Chucklefucks, I believe that does it for this session of Rinse's Wreckfest. Thank you to those who submitted your designs for review. I appreciate it, as always. And if you would like to participate in Rinse's Wreckfest, you can do so by joining my Discord via the link in the description below. And you can go down to the Rinse's Wreckfest tab. Now, as of time of upload, you can submit up to 2 blueprints every week. You're about to make me change that into 1. About to make me change that into 1. I'm thinking about it. Anywho, and the deadline is every Sunday at 12 p.m. CTE. If you submit your design or blueprint or whatever before that deadline, your craft will be involved in the following week's video. That being said, that's it out of me, Chucklefucks. I am exhausted, and I'm going to go the fuck to bed. So I will see you all in the next one. Thanks.